It's going. Uriel. So this will be the last topic I talk about. There will be no more life update stuff. But it will just be things like, oh, I'm going to this game or I'm going to this movie, and then I'll just upload it when I get home from going to those places. Another reason why I did this is I remember my anxiety and depression and anger and frustration when I was really struggling. Look at me now. It's like Chris Brown says, look at me now. Look at me now. I'm fresh to death. Because the thing is I'm a lot more stable because I'm like 37, so I don't have this thing of will I ever get a job, will I ever be able to hold on, or I had three. I had the first job I left after 3 years. I held it for 3 years, full-time all year round. Well, I started my first ever full-time job all year round when I was 27. December 2015, and it was March 2016 I turned 28. I'm 37 years old now. But I held that one for 3 years and then I left it because I wanted... Hello.
Good morning.
How are you? I didn't rebuild my confidence fully to the point where I thought I can go and do these other high-paying positions and stuff like that. But my confidence was like, I can hold this job, and so why not go and try another industry or something similar that pays the same amount. And then I held on to that for 3 years. And then that was the factory, and then now I want to stay at security because if you build up, you can get a whole, But then I will work elsewhere if need be, for the time being. Alright. So, what got me worried was the depression rates for Gen Z. I wouldn't want to know what I don't know what Gen Alpha is. Maybe I should. Gen Alpha, the oldest ones now are 14 years old. 2011 is the first year where they start marking Gen Alpha. Most of them are children of millennials, my generation. So the oldest ones are 14 years old now, but the very youngest ones are just being born, so their average age is about 7 years old. Gen Z, their average age right now is 22, and the oldest are 29, and the youngest are 15. So 22, and their depression rates in comparison to my generation when we were their age is a lot more. It's higher. I don't know how much. I don't know if it's like double, triple, or whatever, but it's higher than what we were. And then they said, I remember there being recordings being put out on YouTube when I was around their age about the loneliness epidemic and how depression is starting to rise amongst young people. That was what I saw, and I was like, and I was in my early to mid 20s and undiagnosed autism, undiagnosed ADHD. And so I'm just thinking about people that similar to me, or even just the younger ones now today, that the rates of depression is higher. The percentage of people who are in their early 20s that have depression is higher than when I was in my early 20s. And I thought, most of the big YouTube channels, because YouTube was the thing, you know, there was YouTube and there was Facebook. TikTok didn't exist until I was 28 years old. It got introduced, but it really didn't take off until I was about... I became aware of it when I was 30. And then I was like, okay, but, you know, it's just, you know, I'm done with social media. But then once I got to like 32, I was like, yeah. So yeah, that's another reason, is I wanted to... They could see someone go from... Because your income does not reflect the quality of who you are as a person. Okay? But your income gives you opportunities. And sometimes things aren't in your hand. Like you could be like me and get a bachelor's degree in multi studies, national certificate in youth studies, and still end up being unemployed for, for 2 years, because it was 2014. So actually no, just over a year. But I'd done that certificate whilst I was unemployed. You know, some things are out of your hands, so you don't beat yourself up. You know, keep control what you can control. You know, and I'm 37 years old now. So once I get because insecurity in other places, and insecurity, it's like there's some jobs offering 6-figure if you have 3 years experience, and I got 2.5 years experience. And then there's the same thing with the cybersecurity, but once you've had like 5 years once you've had 5 years experience in cybersecurity, you're at like, you can get like 200 grand with it. If it's like 3 years experience in physical security, you get a 100, and then like the highest ones are like 150. So they can see, you can see 5 years worth of experience and wisdom, and hopefully it'll be an encouragement. And thank you to the WWE, because sometimes I share ideas on here, and I'm not saying it's just because of me, because what they call there's these things called hot takes. Like there's people's perspectives of, and I understand, like Triple H said he finds it annoying, not people guessing things, but that's why I like the suggestion is that the ball is in their court, so maybe they can take some ideas from this fan, take some from another fan, and let's say there's 5 aspects or 10 aspects to a storyline, and then there's 10 different fans, and they all have these 10 different ideas each, and they might take 3 from 3 different fans and then leave out the other 7, so the story still looks totally different than what they expected, but they could still see how. Yeah, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool when I see that. All right, guys. So Uriel was about wisdom. I know MJF's role is to piss off the fans, so sometimes they often do the opposite. But yeah, I hope that that's why I won't give it any advice, because I'm not in a position to, but I hope that he evolves, because he's still awesome, but twist some other things and be like, if he twists a few other things but keeps the core of his character the same, I reckon that but how they package it and how they present it and how it shows is different, then I reckon he'll have another couple of world title reigns. I reckon they'll give him another 2 or 3 AEW World Heavyweight Championship reigns in the next 5 years or so, and probably win the International Championship a couple of times as well. 3 seconds. Yeah, so little things like that, I find appreciation in those things. Alright.